Welcome to Business Leaders Cyber Briefing. This is episode 13. I'm Trish.
And I'm Tom. Good to be here.
Today we're doing a deep dive into something that's, well, unavoidable for business leaders now, supply chain cybersecurity.
Yeah, it's really, really crucial now, the way everything's linked up today.
Yeah.
Well, fundamentally, your business is only as secure as the partners you trust. It's gone way beyond just being, good practice. It's absolutely critical now, operationally.
That's a really important distinction. So when we talk about supply chain cybersecurity, we mean protecting your business from threats that start, well, not with you directly, but with your suppliers, right? Or other partners.
Exactly, down the chain.
And the need for this has just exploded, hasn't it? I mean, the numbers are pretty scary. What are you seeing there?
They really are alarming. We've seen these kinds of attacks jump by over 400%, 431% just between 2021 and 2023. It's huge.
Yeah.
And what's maybe even more concerning is how few organizations in the UK are actually, checking this risk. The figures are incredibly low, sometimes as low as 6 or 11% generally.
Really? That low?
Yeah. And when you look at just their immediate suppliers, it only goes up to about 14%. And for the wider chain, it drops to maybe 7%.
That's a massive gap.
It's a huge blind spot.
Yeah.
And it highlights this big change in thinking.
Which is?
Well, it's not just about protecting data anymore. That's still important, obviously. But the fundamental shift is towards operational resilience. A problem with one supplier can literally stop your business in its tracks.
Like the NHS incident?
Exactly like the NHS pathology supplier attack.
Yep.
That ransomware attack, it cost something like $32.7 million, and thousands of people missed appointments. Real-world impact.
Yeah.
Or look at the Capita incident back in 2022. That messed up services for loads of local councils.
Right.
So these aren't just, IT glitches. They're direct threats to keeping the business running, your bottom line.
It really drives home that it's not an if, but a when for so many.
Absolutely. If organizations that size can be hit so hard, you have to think about the vulnerability across the board.
Okay, so the risk is complex, it's growing.
Right.
How can businesses actually manage this effectively, especially when the threat is external?
Well, one of the main ways, and it's becoming more common and often required, is asking for certifications from suppliers.
Certifications. Okay, like a baseline standard.
Pretty much. It's a way to get some assurance. And before we dig into that, maybe we should just touch on the scale of the threat again, just briefly.
Good idea. Let's ground it. What does this landscape look like financially?
Well, the average hit per cyber attack is quoted at around £10,830.
Okay.
But the total cost to the UK economy each year, that's estimated at a massive $27 billion.
Wow.
We keep seeing these big public breaches. Remember the Movie attack in 2023?
Yes, that affected the BBC, British Airways, Boots.
Right, all through one compromised payroll provider shows the ripple effect.
And then there was the Ministry of Defense payroll breach more recently.
Yeah, 2023, 2024. Exposed data for what, 270,000 personnel. It just underlines that nobody's totally safe.
So given all that, how are the government and industry actually fighting back? You mentioned certifications.
Exactly. And the big one here in the UK is Cyber Essentials. It's really becoming the cornerstone.
Okay, explain Cyber Essentials. What is it, basically?
It's a government-backed scheme. Pretty straightforward, actually. It focuses on 5 basic technical controls. Things like having a good firewall, configuring systems securely, managing who has access, protecting against malware, and keeping software up to date.
Simple stuff, but effective.
Very. Implementing just those 5 things can prevent something like 80% of the most common cyber attacks.
That's impressive. And is it accessible for smaller businesses?
Yeah, that's key. It's designed to be accessible. The basic certification usually costs around £300 to £500, plus the VAT. So it's not a massive financial barrier for most.
Right. And we're seeing this pop up everywhere now, aren't we? It seems to be gaining real momentum.
Absolutely becoming the standard. Look at the FANGs. 6 major ones: Barclays, Lloyds, Nationwide, NatWest, Santander, TSB. They've all agreed jointly to require Cyber Essentials from their suppliers.
That's huge. Why did they do that collectively?
Well, it makes due diligence much easier for them, standardizes things, and it's way more efficient for their procurement teams. One standard to check for.
Makes sense. And government contracts, too.
Yep. There's an updated procurement policy note, PPN 0124, that makes Cyber Essentials mandatory for a lot of higher-risk public sector contracts now. Basically, if you want to do certain types of business with the government, you need it. It's becoming a ticket to play.
And defense.
Similar story. The MOJ has rolled out a new scheme, the Defense Cyber Certification, or a DCC. It has multiple levels, but Cyber Essentials is baked in as the foundation for all of them.
Okay. And healthcare, NHS.
NHS England has a new supplier cyber charter out. It's urging all suppliers to meet baseline security practices, which lines up very closely with Cyber Essentials. The expectation is this will become mandatory down the line, too.
So the direction of travel is clear, mandates and strong encouragement everywhere. But do these certifications actually work? Do they stop attacks?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? And the data suggests, yes, they really do. There are stats showing that organizations with Cyber Essentials are 92% less likely to have a cyber incident that leads to an insurance claim.
92%? That's a massive difference.
It really is. And look at St. James's Place, the big financial services firm. They required Cyber Essentials Plus, the higher level, from over 2,800 independent businesses in their network.
And the result?
An 80% reduction in cybersecurity incidents across that whole network.
Wow. That's compelling evidence.
It links right back to that idea of operational resilience, you see. Fewer incidents in your supply chain means fewer disruptions for your business. It's not just ticking a box. It genuinely reduces risk.
Okay, so certifications like Cyber Essentials are clearly effective and becoming essential. But let's be practical. For a large company with hundreds, maybe thousands of suppliers, managing all that, checking certifications, chasing renewals, it sounds like a nightmare.
It absolutely can be. Just knowing who's certified and who isn't is one thing. Getting the ones who aren't certified up to scratch, that's the real challenge.
So how do you bridge that gap? How do you make this manageable and actually improve security, not just report on it?
Well, this is where we're seeing some really interesting innovation. And it brings us to our sponsor, Cool Water Cyber, and their platform, CyberSwift.
Okay. How does CyberSwift tackle this?
The key difference is that most platforms might just flag the problem. They'll give you a dashboard saying, supplier X isn't certified, which is useful but limited. CyberSwift goes a crucial step further. It's designed to actively help solve the problem it identifies.
Actively solve it. How does that work in practice?
So instead of just telling the supplier you need to get certified, which can leave them wondering where to start, CyberSwift can actually initiate the process. The supplier might get a secure email link saying something like, your client requires this certification. Click here to start the process now.
Ah, so it removes the friction.
Exactly. Yeah. And then CyberSwift guides them through it. They get expert help from Cool Water's Cyber themselves, who are, importantly, an NCSE assured service provider and an actual licensed body to issue the certifications.
So they're not just managing the process, they can deliver the certification too.
Precisely. And there's another really smart feature. Larger organizations using CyberSwift can choose to prepay or subsidize the certification cost for key suppliers.
Oh, that's interesting. So you can actively invest in your supply chain security.
Yes, you're basically seeding that cyber maturity down the chain, strengthening your entire ecosystem, especially those crucial smaller suppliers who might struggle otherwise. It's about actively closing the gaps, not just pointing them out.
Okay, that active approach sounds quite different. What other features does CyberSwift have to help manage this whole process?
It's got quite a few things built in to make it comprehensive. You can set up custom risk profiles, so maybe suppliers on a high-risk project need a higher level of assurance than others.
Tailored requirements. Makes sense.
You get real-time tracking, so you always know exactly where each supplier is in the certification or recertification process. Live visibility.
No more spreadsheets trying to track expiry dates.
Hopefully not. It's got automated supplier onboarding to get them started quickly, and there's even an option for Cool Waters to provide a fully managed due diligence service. They handle the validation, chase suppliers, the whole lot if you want.
That could save a lot of internal resource.
Definitely. And it automates the annual review process, so those recertification dates don't get missed. Plus, it's built with compliance in mind. It aligns with major frameworks like ISO 27001, PCI DSS, ISME Cyber Assurance, the UK's Cyber Governance Code of Practice, and even the upcoming NIS2 directive.
And verifying existing certifications.
Yeah, that they've integrated the IASME Supplier Check tool, which makes verifying certifications in bulk much more efficient. It's really designed end-to-end.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. The big takeaway from this deep dive seems to be that supply chain cybersecurity. It's really shifted focus, hasn't it?
Profoundly. It's moved beyond just, protecting data files. It's now fundamentally about ensuring your entire business operation can continue to run smoothly. It's about operational resilience.
And certifications, especially Cyber Essentials here in the UK, are becoming the key mechanism for building that trust and reducing that operational risk.
They really are the currency of trust now. And while the scale of the challenge is huge, remember that stat, only 14% reviewing immediate supplier risk.
Yeah, quite sobering.
But the good news is that practical, active solutions are coming through. Tools like CyberSwift from Coolwater Cyber are so important because they don't just diagnose the weakness. They provide the actual treatment, the practical support to help strengthen those weaker links in your chain and keep your operations secure.
Which leads us to a final thought for you, our listeners, to ponder. Given that your business really is only as safe as its weakest link, how actively are you helping your suppliers become strong enough? Is just knowing they have a security gap actually enough anymore? Or is it time to take a more active role in helping them close it for your own resilience? Lots to think about there. Thank you for tuning in to Business Leaders Cyber Briefing, episode 13. And a special thank you to our sponsor, Coolwater Cyber. We definitely encourage you to check out Coolwater Cyber and their CyberSwift platform to learn more. We'll see you for the next deep dive.